Halloween season is upon us.
And we are checking out all the spookiest areas in the South Ohio, Northern Kentucky area. We are in downtown Covington today, checking out all things creepy.
We're going to go to a store called Hale Dark Aesthetics. It sounds very interesting. Vinyl records, vintage medical equipment, taxidermy. Wow.
Was great. It'll push your buttons, it'll push your limits. I saw an antique speculum.
It's a quirky, almost satanic sort of thing going on in there, but in a playful kind of way. Lots of odd memorabilia and weird stuff that goes from lots of taxidermy, like weird little taxidermy bats. The owners are super friendly. Places like a must go to for part of your Halloween month.
And we like the shop so much that we bought some art here. This is a diagram of a heart. You know, it's not what we came in there looking for, but
when you see a diagram of a heart for sale, you buy it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how a shop like that stays open here in a state like Kentucky.
Well, they're already used to, like, taxidermy.
Yeah, but not Satanism.
It's a nippy autumn day here at the Highland Cemetery here in Kentucky, and we're going to check out one really interesting component of it.
It's the pet cemetery.
What a good boy, my precious baby! Chance! Oh, 2001 to 2010! Bill! My angel Coco Braun! It's really sweet that some of them even included pictures of their animal.
This one for Coco says, if tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, I'd walk right up to heaven and bring you home again. We'll love you forever, Mama and Daddy.
Oh, this one. He must have liked hamburgers. This looks like it was a corgi. Oh my gosh. One of God's angels. Oh, this is actually making me cry. It's really spooning. Love all their sweet pets. But I think it's interesting that a lot of people chose a funny little name like Sugar or Waxy, but then also attached their human adult last names to it too. So you get ones like, oh, Sugar Collins. You know, when we sought out to start this episode, we wanted it to all be spooky things. It ended up just being emotional to see how much love people have for their dogs and cats.
You know, a pet cemetery, it's not that it's not laughable, it's not funny, it's actually, but we came here thinking, oh, this will be just kind of sweet, but it's actually very, very touching.
We are in DeVow Park in Covington still, and it looks like for all the world, this should be like a nice art museum on the top of a mountain, but I think we're going to see some pretty freaky weird stuff. Oh, what is this thing?
It's a two-headed calf.
Oh my god. Wait, why is this here? Oh my god. Neither had male or female parts. It had 2 hearts, 2 brains, 2 lungs. It's flat out weird that they have a 2-headed calf here.
It applies to nothing else in the museum. It's all transportation, so like rail and air and cars and stuff like that, and then a 2-headed calf.
So again, we just wrapped up at the Behringer Crawford house, and we're just continuing to film. We have to do it on Rob's phone now because I'm stuck on hold now for 17 minutes. If you hear this music in the background, that's what that is.
It's sort of this is going to be the creepiest part of the video. This is haunting. Is it? It's like you're in hell. Like hell is on loop with this like sonorous piano and then some jerk coming on saying, no, you're important. No, I swear you are. And that's eternity. That's how you're going to spend eternity.
And another spooky spot, we're here at Spring Grove Cemetery.
They say this is the 3rd largest cemetery in all of the United States, and I have no doubts about that. This is like a city of dead.
Brewer was an optometrist, and when he died, he requested that they took little glass eyeballs that looked just like his and placed them in a box on the tombstone. But people say that as you walk on by, the eyes will follow you. So we're gonna go check that out. We haven't seen it yet, but this right here is Brewer's monument. I was wrong. The eyes aren't in the box. They're actually in his head. Yeah, I can totally see what people mean. They are placed in such a way that makes it look like he's looking at you no matter where you go. Yep, still looks like he's looking at me. Still does.
In Spring Grove, there's obelisks. There, you know, like the Washington Monument. There are a ton of obelisks. It's obelisk, 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 obelisk. This isn't so much a scary story, but it is a story about death. The ultimate death, extinction. Martha here was the very last passenger pigeon in the entire world. She passed away in captivity here at the Cincinnati Zoo. This is Martha, the very last passenger pigeon. She died at the Cincinnati Zoo in 1914. It's interesting. It's a rare thing. We knew that there were no other species in the wild. So this is one of the rare occasions that you can place an exact time marker on the extinction of a species. Hundreds of years ago, the passenger pigeon was estimated to be as much of a quarter of the total bird population in North America. A flock a mile wide, flying 60 miles an hour, could take days to pass overhead. So where did they go? It was overhunting. They were easy targets because they accumulated in large flocks. A hunter could go and collect 1,000 at a time, just a shotgun.
If your drive is looking at dead bodies, then we've got a place for you.
The Cincinnati Art Museum, believe it or not.
This is a real-life, mummified human being from 1550 BC. This thing is over 3,000 years old, and you can come look at it if that's what you want to do.
The Egyptians had this belief that you needed an actual body to go through the afterlife, so that's why they would mummify each other. So you may not think about the Cincinnati Art Museum as a sort of a haunted tour of Cincinnati, but it is the only mummy in town.
Now behind us stands the Cincinnati Music Hall.
Now it's rumored to be one of the most haunted places in all of Cincinnati, in part because before it was built in 1878, this was the site of both a lunatic asylum, an orphanage, and a pauper's graveyard.
During the excavation process and when they started to build this building, they discovered over 200 pounds of human bones, most of which were children bones. And in 2016, they were cleaning out a crawl space in there and they found another skeleton. Wow. We're here at the Kings Island Cemetery.
It's amazing. Some of these gravestones are so old. We just saw one that was from 1864. This place is sort of the opposite of Spring Grove. Spring Grove is all ornamental and everything is huge and blown up. This is all tiny and very humble, yet still obelisk.
People in Ohio really like to tuck their little cemeteries in between places. Here we are at a cemetery, and there's Kings Island right there in the background.
Yeah, you'll see graveyards around here that are tucked like, oh, you're at a gas station. Oh, and there's a car wash over there. And in between the two, cemetery. The next time you're on a roller coaster at Kings Island, considering your own mortality, glance outside. You'll see a grave.
That's it. I'm scared.
Look, haunts and that sort of attraction, those are great fun, but there's spooky stuff all around you in real life.
You guys, so let us know in the comments what spooky places we missed. That's it. I think we're all done filming. What do you want to do now, Rob?
Let's go get a flu shot!